is my time. Why the lame still hating on the sideline?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 4 of the D Money and Suprit podcast with my partner in crime, Darren McClearly, aka D Money. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. I can't complain. Great weekend, great week of wrestling. You know, let's talk about it.
So, before we start, I would like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, the Viking Experience. Enjoy the experience.
Shout out to the Viking Experience. We appreciate the sponsorship.
So, we're gonna talk about the Superstar Shakeup, the whole thing with Sasha Banks, and a lot of injuries in WWE.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of injuries going down. I see.
So let's start up with the Superstar Shakeup.
Okay.
A lot of big, a lot of big shakeups this year.
Yeah, we got the biggest SmackDown acquisition in history. Roman Reigns. Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna run down the entire list of the shakeup.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's start up with Raw. So we got AJ Styles, The Miz, Ricochet, Aleister Black, the Viking Experience, Eric and Ivar. Jeez. Andrade, Zelina Vega, Rey Mysterio, The Usos, Naomi, EC3, Lacey Evans, Eric Young, and Cedric Alexander.
Hmm.
From SmackDown, we got Roman Reigns, the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, Elias, Bailey, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, Lars Sullivan, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickey James, and Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, kind of heavy list there.
So, what do you think about this list, this shakeup?
Oh, I mean, I think it's pretty much even as far as talent go. I think Raw got the best side of the in ring talent. SmackDown got more of the in ring slash promo, in my opinion. Um, but I don't know. We gotta see how things play out for the rest of the week. I do got ways of getting some of these guys over and getting them, a great start. I was thinking of they split up Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and I was thinking, this week on Raw they did the whole Braun Strowman EC3 match with Braun like destroying EC3. I think he should kind of do the same thing to Eric Young this week, and then the following week do the same to Bobby Roode, and it leads to a Braun Samoa Joe match at Money in the Bank, and the faction is built. The whole TNA faction of EC3
Yeah,
and Eric Young and Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe. I think that's a good way of keeping them relevant and keeping Joe as the leader. And they can do little things like try to recruit AJ Styles and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that would be a good start for them. But I doubt WWE go that direction.
speaking of Samoa Joe, he should have been drafted, go to Raw, but due to illness, he was not able to show up, and that all plans got scrapped.
Oh wow.
So for now, he's part of Raw.
Okay, that's interesting.
About this shakeup, the only thing that, other than that Viking experience thing, The thing that depressed me was they broke up the Riot Squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of like need each other to get over, even though WWE wasn't doing a good job of getting them over. But they did get enough television time that they're, I guess, kind of known to the casual audience. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do now that they're all split up and everything. I think Sarah Logan got the brighter future out the group, in my opinion. I think she's the best kept secret.
Yeah, but still, I think it was a bad move from WWE to break these guys because um, they were built for the tag team division, right?
Yeah.
So, looking the women's tag team division right now, uh, it's lacking, if you
Uh-huh.
say. We don't got a lot of tag teams right there.
No, we don't. I mean, it's stronger on the SmackDown side than it is on the Raw side. In my opinion, because SmackDown got the Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Mandy Rose and uh, Sonya Deville. Then it's the Iconics. Then I guess you can put Amber Moon with somebody. But yeah.
Hope they don't mess up Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah. I think she's a low key star. They use her right in the right ways. She could be a star.
Yeah, she has improved in the last 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Mm, so, what do you think about Elias going to SmackDown?
I think that was a good choice. Um, I think they needed Elias as a strong heel since they lost the Miz. Um, and I think Elias has a better chance of being a WWE champion or Intercontinental champion on that brand than he would on Raw, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. But I like to ask you a question. What do you prefer more, Elias on Raw or SmackDown?
I prefer more on SmackDown because um, first of all, it's 2 hours. So if you're watching a 2 hour show, if you're a casual fan watching a 2 hour show, and Elias come on your TV screen, he'll kind of stand out more. In those 2 hours versus those 3 hours where you got Braun Strowman and big names like that. So, and I think, like I said before, that he'll have a better chance of being a champion on SmackDown than Raw. I think Raw is kind of predictable on their title side.
Yeah, but like you said, SmackDown is a 2 hour show.
Yeah,
In Raw, it was 3 hours. Like you get an extra hour, and when you need a little extra segment, you can use Elias.
yeah. He was a good filler for Raw. He was a
Uh,
good. I call Elias a closer. He was a good closer for Monday Night Raw, especially around the 10:30 mark of the night. So if you put him early on SmackDown, I think he'll stand out like between the 8 and 8:30 hours. He'll stand out a lot more.
I think they're gonna showcase his wrestling too on SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's kind of predictable that the main event will be Elias versus Roman on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, the seeds have been planted, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
We talked about the Riot Squad breaking up. What about another staple, the Sanity?
Oh, I think they're in trouble. I think I think they're gonna be put to waste. They'll probably be on like main event on a network or something like that. But as far as being used, they're probably gonna be jobbers most likely. Um,
So the stable is done for now. It's over.
yeah.
Eric Young's on Raw. I don't know what they're gonna do with Killian Dane. There were reports that Alexander Wolf was going to leave WWE,
Hmm,
but it's most likely that he's gonna send back to NXT or even NXT UK.
hmm. I mean, that's not bad for him. Alistair Wolf, to go to NXT UK. I think he'll have a chance to be a bigger star out there. Um, Eric Young, the only savior he got is the storyline I explained earlier. Um, maybe
With
some like maybe some vignettes with like Nikki Cross, maybe that'll work. Like but yeah,
I
but
think it does. It would be good if he has a single run in a
yeah,
good way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he got the personality and he got he got the tools. It's just if Vince want to use him or not. That's what it comes down to.
I would like to see him bring back that gimmick I used to do. That uh, unstable guy in TNA.
Yeah. That was classic. EY.
Yeah, man, I loved to hate him those days.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Eric Young kind of stood out once AJ and Samoa Joe left TNA. Eric Young stood out a lot more to me on TV than ever before. I think he really stepped up to the plate during the later years of TNA.
Right. So another thing, what do you think about the two of our live guys coming to the main roster? Oh, sorry, Raw SmackDown, as you can say. Uh, Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy.
um, I think it's good for Buddy Murphy. I think it's going to be bad for Cedric Alexander. And these are the reasons. Um, though he's on a 3-hour show, uh, Cedric Alexander has no character to me. Like, um, they tried back when Enzo was around to put him in the storyline, and he's really not appealing to me, like promo wise. He's a great in ring athlete. I think the way you use Cedric Alexander is kind of like how WCW used the cruiserweights in the beginning of the 90s, mid 90s. I mean, it's kind of put Cedric and Alexander in like these highlight matches, maybe like a Seth Rollins or just matches in the beginning of the evening or whatever to kind of get him over. I think his in ring showcasing, sort of like what Rey Mysterio is based off of. Like Rey Mysterio doesn't have a character per se. I mean, he's known for the person with the mask, but besides that, he really don't have no character. But his in-ring performance stood out, and I think that's what Cedric Alexander needs to get over. As far as Buddy Murphy, I think I think he stands out because of his number one. He has a unique look, and his size is another thing. And I think he has potential to have great matches with like Roman Reigns or start a feud with Roman. Um,
Can you imagine that Roman versus Buddy Murphy?
I honestly think that would be a good match. I mean, Roman can go. He gets criticized a lot, but I think that would be a great match. I think it would stand out. I think it would be a shocker, like what Rey Mysterio and Andrade's matches are. I think that would be,
Andrade.
yeah, my man.
Uh, go on. Go
So
on. Go
yeah,
on.
so I do wanna see Buddy Murphy versus Finn Balor. Like maybe that's the feud that needs to happen to kind of kick things off for Buddy Murphy.
Yeah. Speaking of Cedric Alexander, I think this is the right moment he starts working on his character.
Yeah,
So in 205 Live, it was just showcase your in-ring skills and do less promo and things. So now he is on a 3-hour show. Uh, he needs to work on that character thing,
yeah,
and plus he doesn't get lost in the shuffle or something.
yeah. I totally agree. What you think about some of the women? Like who you think is going to be the standout in the women's side of Raw or either SmackDown?
Mm, I'm happy with Kairi Sane going to SmackDown.
Yeah,
Um, and I think the standout would be Ember Moon. I think.
yeah. I totally agree. I think the standout, if I'm going to bet my money on anybody to be a standout, is Amber Moon. Uh, I'm looking forward for Amber Moon versus Becky. I think we're going to get that first. And I would like to see Amber Moon take the SmackDown title away from Becky, but we'll see. um, I think it's room for Mickey James to be a good character on SmackDown. I thought of this idea of making her like a myth character, like a myth. Um,
Did you
like a
see her tweet during that superstar shakeup?
no, what was it?
She tweeted something like hashtag Monday Night MILF.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I did see that. When I saw that, that's where I got the idea from.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
think I think that should be her character. I think she should like hit on all the young wrestlers and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like she's gonna ever be a champion, but I think that would like, be entertaining, you know.
Mm. So, so this year's like top shakeups that I predicted was AJ going to Raw and Roman going to SmackDown, and that got true.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was the shakeup.
Where you
So,
think AJ go? I'm sorry, but
huh?
what do you think is the future for AJ on Raw?
Um, so AJ gonna do is gonna fill the Roman spot, uh, and Roman is gonna do the AJ spot, like taking take that big spot of that show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think AJ is gonna main event WrestleMania this year. Is my prediction.
It's a possibility. We can
Yeah,
get Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
yeah. For the main event, I think we're gonna get. I think WWE signed him for a reason. I think that's one of the things that's gonna happen or gotta happen.
WWE these days is ready to sign anyone.
Yeah. They're in desperate need, man. AEW is breathing down their necks. By the way, my fiance says she's gonna start a Roman Reigns chant at the AEW event. It should be very interesting.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I
So are
said.
you going to Double or Nothing or Fight for the Fallen?
Yeah, I'm going to Double or Nothing. Uh, and, I gotta see Jericho Omega too. Uh, and I'm hyped for the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros. I think that's gonna be the match of the night. I am predicting a big name from WWE coming to Double or Nothing. Maybe in that battle royal, or maybe interfering like the Jericho Omega match, after match, post match. But that's my predictions. Either a big WWE star or a former big WWE star
There's
will
gotta
appear.
be one.
Yeah, it's got to be one. It's got to be
So,
one.
so speaking of AEW, they are teasing a big signing after JR.
Oh wow.
You need
Could it
to
be
keep
Stone
your
Cold
eye.
Steve Austin?
Oh, no, no, no. You need to keep your eye on that Cody Rhodes YouTube channel, Nightmare Family.
Okay, okay.
Um, I think it's, for some reason, I'm thinking it's Ty Dillinger.
You think it's Ty Dillinger?
I think so, but
But I don't think that would be like a big name that would like shock the world. You think? You think Ty Dillinger is a big enough name? I think it could be. I really think it could be Brock.
why do you think it's Brock?
I just got like the strangest feeling that it's going to be Brock Lesnar. I think WWE is going to release Brock and he's going to show up at Double or Nothing. I got the strangest reason. And you know what gave it away was, if you remember WrestleMania 35 this year, Paul Heyman at the end of his promo said, "My client has a trip to Vegas after this. So can we hurry this up?" So that would
Uh,
show my interest. And
I think
where's Double or
I
Nothing?
think I think I think I think I think Vegas is most related to UFC.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe.
So I think he meant in that way.
Or it could be a slurve. Maybe. I mean, it's either way. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So that so switching gears to Sasha Banks, who's making a lot of news in the internet and the wrestling world.
Yeah, man. She said after a WrestleMania 35 match that she wanted her release or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
right.
if she get released, I don't think she's going to AEW. I don't think she's going to Ring of Honor. I do think she's going to Impact.
Mm, let's about this situation. Yeah, there are also reports or slash stories, as you can say, that they were complaining and just like laying on the ground, showing that displeasure that they weren't used well and they are not happy.
Um, Now, are they not happy with the pay, or is it just creative that they're not
Creative.
happy about? Creative, okay. Yeah, I don't. I think Sasha should leave. I don't think it's nothing else that Sasha can do at this point. That already she hasn't already done. Um,
But
unless they let her shoot with this angle that she got going on in real life, maybe they should shoot with that. You know.
I don't know. But if she does want a release, do you think WWE would let her go that easily?
No, 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 no. They're gonna make it hard for her. They're probably gonna give her the 60-day non-compete clause,
I think it's
but
a 90 day no
90-day,
complete.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 90-day non-compete clause. But I think Sasha is a good enough promo to keep people intrigued. I think that's the big mistake WWE is making, is that Sasha can talk and she can talk people into the building. And I think if you put Sasha in any company, she's going to be a star. Period.
Yeah, that's
So
true. No doubt.
you yeah, they need to be very careful on letting her go and kind of reevaluating her because, I mean, Sasha and Charlotte's feud was like the hottest thing going at a period of time. And then after that, they kind of put the gas off of Sasha and kept it all on Charlotte. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. About her leaving, yeah, she's not gonna be released that easily because it was last year I think that she signed a new deal with the company, 3 year
Okay.
or 5 year something. It's not like, for example, let's take you.
Right.
You tell your boss that I'm leaving. It's gonna give you a few days off, and that's it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But she's not working a small job. She's working for freaking WWE, a big company. She's
Yes.
under contract for a big multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Sasha to get out that contract. They're gonna really have to. She's really gonna have to try hard to let them let go of her that easy. But it's not gonna be easy at all. In Sasha case, I would.
Or if she does really want to leave, then I think WWE is gonna do the same thing that they did with Neville. Make her sit at home just like Neville
Yeah. Yeah.
with no pay.
Yeah, and that will really suck. But hopefully she gets what she wants, and or hopefully WWE can work with her and help her. Be a bigger character on TV because I think
So
Sasha can be a main eventer as well.
yeah, she can.
Yeah,
She has the potential. She has the star power.
yeah, yeah. And that now that we're on the women, what do you think Bailey have to offer? What is your thoughts on Bailey as a character, wrestler, the whole shebang?
Um, Over the last 2 3 years, remember she during her NXT days, she was the biggest and over thing.
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Year by year, it go started to cool off due to
Yeah,
her the way she was booked or things.
yeah,
Um, she's a good wrestler, but there's nothing much to say about her these days.
yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm afraid of. I think the best thing you can do with Bailey now is kind of turn her heel. And I think if you turn Bailey heel, she'll be a great heel and probably be the greatest heel in the business. Honestly speaking, if
About yeah, yeah. Go on.
you change her look a little bit, maybe give her like darker hair or whatever, and like give her maybe darker music and maybe a leather jacket, just a whole different Bailey type of look to kind of make her a stronger heel, in my opinion.
So when I say that she's not a big thing anymore, it doesn't mean that fans don't like her. Like the younger fans, the girls, they look up to Bailey, even Sasha.
Yeah,
And Sasha and Bailey are, I can say, the top 10 mud sellers in WWE. If not top five, the top 10 for sure.
yeah, yeah. I went to the Raw event in Philadelphia, and I saw a lot of kids with like belly signs and stuff like that. So she's definitely still over as a face, but she's not. She just doesn't have the same buzz that she had coming up from NXT.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see what happens. Even
yeah,
now, did you heard the boost he got at SmackDown?
yeah, yeah. I thought that was like extremely funny. But yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if it was the Sasha thing or fans didn't care.
yeah. I think a little bit of. I think I really think that the fans was into the Becky and Amber Moon exchange at that moment. And
Yeah,
when Becky came out, it kind of like gave them a bad taste or whatever and caused a bad reaction. Because I think people was really into the Becky and Amber promo,
yeah, yeah,
in my opinion. I think it was just bad timing.
yeah, yeah. Back to the Sasha thing.
Uh,
I think it's reported that WWE wants her back in time for Money in the Bank.
I mean, you only put Sasha in the Money in the Bank if you want her to win. If that's not the case, don't put her in the Money in the Bank match at all. Um,
Yeah, yeah, but
yeah.
that are the plans. But there are also reports that Sasha may not even show up at the event.
Oh wow.
If Sasha pulls that off, it's confirmed that she's leaving.
Yeah. If she no shows the next 2 or 3 Raws, I'm believing that she's gone from the company or she's sitting out.
Like you don't need a lot of weeks to think about your decision, right?
No. Especially if it's a $1 billion company. I mean, let's be real. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a lot of injuries in the WWE right now. So we first up we got Biggie with I think he tore some meniscus there, like he injured his knee or something.
Oh, that sucks.
It's not that of a big deal. I think he's gonna take I think 2 3 months off, a couple of months off. Next
Yeah.
we got yeah, next we got Nia Jax that she has gone. Mm, she has two ACL surgeries.
Oh wow. So that's what 6 to 8 months.
Even more, I think it's she's gonna get cleared WrestleMania season.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan, who got injured at WrestleMania,
Wow.
and about the details, WWE has kept it secret and doesn't want to uh, give more details to that injury. They have kept it secret.
Wow. You think it's maybe a concussion? Because I think that's the only thing it could possibly
Yeah,
be.
I think it's a. I hope it's not a serious thing, but I think it's a serious thing. That's why they
Yeah.
keep it secret. Speaking
Yeah.
about concussions, um, people were asking why didn't Sheamus appear on SmackDown? So even he is suffering from an injury, and it's a concussion.
Oh wow. Wow. Um. Yeah. I hope a speedy recovery for Sheamus. Uh. I don't want to see nobody sidelined, especially somebody as hardworking as Sheamus. So hopefully he can get together and get back in the ring.
I think it's a concussion, man. I think they're gonna do a lot of tests on him.
Yeah.
Then he could get the green signal to compete or do things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Daniel Bryan. Like ever since he got back, WWE has taken a lot of care for him. Like after every match, he would go to the medical team and get checked.
Yeah.
Like that's a special care he was take. That's a special care he was given. I hope he gets back as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are the other things going on in wrestling?
Uh, I outside WWE, I haven't really been following that hard, so forgive me. But I guess what, Double or Nothing? That's next month.
Yeah, that's the next big wrestling event.
Yeah. Who you got winning these matches, and do you think title belts will be announced soon? Do you think they're gonna wait to the TV debut to announce titles and all that stuff? Like, what do you think?
I, there are still 4 or 5 matches announced for the show till now. It's little unpredictable, hard to predict. It's the first show.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like it's gonna go a certain direction. I don't think. Like we're gonna get big payoffs until the actual TV show gets started. So I don't think it's gonna be any like crazy feuds going on. I think it's for now. It's just gonna be show after show, and
Right,
that's
right.
a good start for them. What I'm concerned about is that they don't have enough big names after Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega and Cody and the Bucks. It's like, who's the rest of these jabronis? If I'm a casual fan, that's what I'm saying. Who's these guys? Because that's what I get a lot when I explain that to my friends. I mean, some of them know the elite, some of them don't, but a lot of them know Chris Jericho, a lot of them know the elite and stuff like that, but the rest of the people they don't really know like that. And that's going to be uh, a big sign when they debut on TV.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what would you do in their opinion? Do you think they're doing a good job with picking up indie guys, or do you think they need a couple of big names to draw ratings when they get their TV deal?
Um, I think they're doing good by bringing this big indie names. I
Yeah,
think these guys will get an exposure that they need.
right.
Uh, and I think they should roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, all right, look at it like this, right? Let's use you familiar with basketball, right?
Not that much, but go on.
Okay. Well, of course, let me use the name LeBron James, right? So
Mm,
if you turn on the NBA game, right,
mm.
and they say uh yeah, there's Tyronn Lue and Chris Douglas and such and such and such and such. Are you turning on the TV versus, oh, LeBron James is playing tonight? Would that make you? Which one would make you turn the channel?
Um, if it's a big name,
Right.
then I will watch.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the same thing I'm saying with All Elite is that is Jericho a bigger enough name to make casual audience watch? Because a lot of that casual audience went away from wrestling when WCW went out of business, and you know, and Austin and Rock left. So
But don't forget, uh, Jericho brought a little more ice, rather than other than the Okada Omega match.
right.
Jericho brought a lot of ice to the New Japan stuff.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Because Jericho and Omega, when they was, remember the build up to that, and it was almost like Mayweather Pacquiao for wrestling fans, almost, and yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
or
Now
like
that
yeah,
Yeah,
McGregor
yeah.
or Mayweather. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, McGregor and Mayweather, it was real. It was a real big thing during that time. And yeah, you're right. So my only concern is that is if Jericho can work that magic again, because granted, you don't need to like promote Jericho and Omega 2 because number one, it already happened, so people know what to expect. And then number two of that coin is, it's a show that's not on TV. So,
It's a
you don't
pay-per-view
really.
they are beginning
It's
with.
a pay per view, yeah, it's a pay per
Yeah.
view. But, I think they're aiming for more of the hardcore wrestling fans to buy tickets and, buy pay per view and stuff like that. But the hard part is going to be, I'm telling you, when, the show starts, you know, on
Hmm.
TV. Like, I do like the MGF guy. I think that's his name, MGF. I
MJF.
do like,
Yeah,
yeah. I like his stuff on being elite. I
yeah, yeah.
think he's gonna stand out on TV when the show comes on.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's gonna be the top star of the company or something in
Yeah,
years to come.
yeah, yeah. Um, what do you think
But
of it?
Double or Nothing has the hype to be a good show, and that's
Oh,
what the fans are waiting for.
yeah, man, yeah. I mean, I bought a ticket. I mean, it's gonna be my first um wrestling event outside of WWE since 1995. And short
What
story.
was the
So,
last non-WWE event you ever been to?
um, it was a WCW house show back in '97 or '96.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I was
I
not
was,
even born.
yeah, and I went to they had like an autograph signing, and I think Hulk Hogan was scheduled to be on this card, and he didn't show up. And I think the main event was like Lex Luger, Macho Man, if I'm not mistaken. So my dad took me over to the autograph table, and I got an autograph from Chris Jericho. I still got that autograph, and an autograph from Dean Malenko that asked me, was I married? Which was a weird question back then, but I think it was funny. But yeah. I don't think he's gonna remember that if I bring it up, but yeah, I remember that. That was funny. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to Double or Nothing. You know, I gotta make my Sam Hub wrestling sign. You know,
Yeah,
for
please do, please do.
we can get our sponsorship on.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
last thing before we end this podcast, the situation with that Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
Yeah. What's the situation on that?
For the guys don't who don't know about this, Enzo and Cass invaded G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
It looked like it was not scripted, but
Oh,
actually,
interesting.
yeah, but actually it was a work shoot.
Hmm.
Yeah, and some guys knew about this stuff, but a majority of talent didn't knew about this stuff, and those guys are pissed off.
Oh wow. Wow. Um, I think Ring of Honor need to sign these guys quickly because this could be like one of the biggest stories of Ring of Honor history if they turn this into I hate to say this, but Vince Russo type of storyline. You know, I think they really got to shoot with this one, bro. So yeah,
I think it looked like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash invading WCW.
yeah. I think they need to like do that like every pay per view or every other pay per view. I don't think they necessarily need to sign a Ring of Honor. I mean, I think they let me take that back. Yes, they need to sign with Ring of Honor, and they need to do the same thing they did at the G1 special, but not have a match until maybe their big pay-per-view, whatever that is.
I
You
think
know,
they should have been signed to Ring of Honor, but did Ring of Honor did their tapings recently?
uh,
Uh, yeah, yeah. There are reports that uh, they have no plans for these two guys right now. No plans at all.
yeah, I really think they're working us right now. I
It's
think they
very
do have plans, but I
yeah,
think they're letting it, be under wraps. I think it's very private, and if that's the case, they're doing a good job.
yeah. Like I said, this is giving me the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash vibe. Enzo be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so this is where the tough guys play, huh? Don't get the adjective. Play. How you do it?
Yeah, Big Cass is the Kevin Nash of this situation.
So
I
they
think they need a third man, the kind of who's going to be their Hulk Hogan. Uh,
Hulk Hogan.
yeah, they need
Who
a
could it
third
be?
man, man. Yeah, yeah,
Someone from New York.
yeah. Um, maybe they can use maybe a Ryback, somebody who knows. Um, but yeah,
So that's gonna do it for the podcast.
yeah, man. We covered some good ground tonight.
Yeah.
Cover some things. Yeah.
So where can these guys find you?
You can find me at Instagram at Mula Be the Gang. That's MoulaBDAGANG. Twitter at D.Money and Facebook at Daryl McCleary. And look out for my upcoming EP. Yes, I'm plugging this in. My upcoming EP, My Time, that should be out early next month. So stay tuned for that.
So we're gonna see you next week.
Yes, the GOAT will be back in the building.
So if you like this podcast, make sure to subscribe and like. Sam messed up. Make sure to subscribe, Slam Up Wrestling, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, subscribe, mother effers. Subscribe.
Peace.
Peace.